In a few words, what should we be telling parents to allow their children to develop optimally?
It's very difficult for a mother or father, come to that, to even realize that their child is not perfect. All mothers see their baby as beautiful. Even if they recognize that their baby doesn't quite look other babies, they still think the child's beautiful. When I'm seeing patients, I have to be very careful not to be unkind. Sometimes I see a child whose growth is appalling, but I must not say, gosh, your daughter looks appalling. I must say there is a slight discrepancy in growth. But the universal message is that if your child looks a little bit unusual at 3, 4, 5, they're going to be very unusual by the age of 15, 16, 17. And so the time to be concerned is before 6 years old.
So one of the studies that John has done is a twin study between two individuals named Ben and Quentin. And when you look at the pictures, you see quite a difference. One was treated by John with orthotropics. The other was treated with traditional orthodontics with extractions and retraction. What would you say to critics? Or within this study, when you look at the pictures, what I've noticed is several small differences that add up to one big difference. What would you say to critics who claim the physical damage is non-existent or minimal? Are we just vain?
We're talking about the extent, aren't we? Faces can be improved, or for that matter damaged, by 3, 4, 5 millimeters. And that is very obvious and most beneficial or unattractive, depending. But it depends on the age of the patient, it depends on the clinician, it depends on the cooperation of the patient, how much each individual patient changes. Often you will only get a change of 1 or 2 millimeters. Now, when you look at the face before and after, you can see 1 or 2 millimeters, but you need to look quite closely. Whereas if there's a difference of 4 or 5 millimeters, you can see immediately that one face looks a lot better. So really you're talking about relative changes. That research was, in a sense, dramatic, in that it showed that all the twins who had been treated by traditional methods actually looked less attractive afterwards, whereas all but one of the twins who had been treated by the orthotropic technique actually looked better. But even more significantly, all the children treated conventionally had crowding of the teeth afterwards, except one who had their teeth held for their life, whereas all the orthotropic cases remained straight for the next 20 years.
Do you think that traditional orthodontics, frequently leads to mental or emotional issues, such as depression and anxiety?
That's a very deep question. I was very interested in facial appearance, and the appearance of the research would show that. Can I do that again? Because I stumbled on that.